Hi, everybody. October 1st. Here we go. Courage to change. Suddenly, I am aware of thoughts racing and crashing through my mind at an alarming speed. Memories, broken promises, fears about the future, failed expectations of both myself and other people. This is a familiar chaos and one that I can now recognize. It is a signal that my life has, for the time being, become unmanageable. At such a time, serenity is often just a phone call away. A simple acknowledgement of the chaos immediately diminishes it. I step back, step outside the madness, and all at once it washes away or scatters in a myriad directions from which it came. The pieces of my chaos return to their proper places, where I can either leave them alone or choose to confront them one at a time. Today's reminder: if problems arise today, I will try to acknowledge them and then put a little spiritual space between my problems and myself. If I can share about them with another person, I will further diminish their power. Recognizing that my life is unmanageable is the first step towards managing it. And then I love the little quote. I don't usually read the little quotes, but I'm going today. When we bring things out into the light, they lose their power over us. Well, I love this. I love this one. Oh, God, that chaotic, everything at once is happening, right? My thoughts are racing at alarming speed. Memories, broken promises, fears about the future, regrets about the past, coulda, woulda, shoulda, right? This chaos, this feeling, it's terror. You know, in the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous, they call it the 4 horsemen. Fear, bewilderment, terror, confusion. Anyway, it's the same. It's the same. It's horrible. I love it. A simple acknowledgement of that chaos immediately diminishes it. That's why the steps are so important. Because once you do the steps, you have a way to look at this stuff. You have a way to see, oh my God, I'm doing it again. My thoughts have taken over. I'm reacting poorly. Everything's going down the toilet, right? At least with the steps, it gives you a chance to whew, stop. I know this. I've seen this on paper. I wrote this down. I've seen this before. This is what I do when I get scared. It's what I do when I get hurt. This is what happens to me when I'm blah, 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 right? And just that separation is part of the solution, separating out from it. The craziness. My girlfriend used to do this, I don't know if it was therapy. I don't know what it was, some kind of therapy. And it was called voice dialogue. And what it was you would sit in a chair and she would talk to you. And she would say, okay, what's going on with you? And then you'd tell her. And she'd say, okay, well, I want to talk to the part of you that agrees with that. And she'd have you move to another chair over to the right. And she'd say, are you the part that thinks Karen should quit the job and blah, 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 blah? And you would just talk. And then she would have you get up and say, now I want to talk to the part that thinks quitting the job is a horrible idea. And you go over there and you just talk. So it was almost like you got to kind of see, like you got to separate out from your aware ego and you got to see things from a different perspective. And it was fascinating. It was fascinating work. And that's what this is talking about. As soon as you know something is going on, if you can flip the script on it and instead of being in it, watch it. You know how I always say, watch the show, don't be the show? As soon as you know you're in a show, zip it and take a step back. God, direct my thinking, right? And watch what's happening. Watch. Because as soon as you start watching, you cease to become. You cease to be in it. You're the observer, right? Observing the situation. You're not the situation. That's the first step, right? Sometimes going to a meeting and talking about it gives you that third party. You're sitting there, it's you, it's happening, and then you speak about it, and you get to observe it with everybody else in the room. And some people giggle because they know how you feel, and some people, smile, and you go, oh my God, I can see that for what it is now, right? It's not me, I can see it. So it's really about taking a step back. So I just really love this advice. Put some space between you and the problem. Even if you can just stop thinking about it for a minute. Walk away. Shift your perception. Look at something else. Call someone. Ask them how they're doing. Just something will shift that. Because when you're locked and loaded, it doesn't take a lot. You just have to shift a little bit to get a different view and go, oh my God. I'm really, I'm really locked into this problem. So you can share about it. Recognizing that that's a problem is the first step to solving the problem. But sometimes we walk around so unconscious. Have you ever seen people like that? Like you can see them in like the store, like at Walmart or something, and they're screaming at their kids. And it's like, holy shit. Do they realize what they're doing? Like, if they could just take a step back and say, oh my God, this is really bad. Let's just take a minute here. Let's just go outside for a second, get some air, and let's reapproach this in a different direction. Then at least you got a chance to have some clarity and for God to get in there. But when you're locked and loaded, there's no room for God. So I love the reading. I like it a lot, and I hope you do too. Have a great day.